BORTLE here at the Epic Case Tournament, Time Wizard format where the ban list is legal. Let's go. So please introduce yourself to the world, man.
Hey, my name is Nathan Mills. I got top 4 at the Case Tournament here at Epic. It was actually a pretty good run, nicely ran. And I played Kashtira.
Oh yeah? What made you decide to use this deck, man?
Well, I've actually liked this deck since Dabble. So I was actually trying to play a makeshift version. So it was pretty much a whole bunch of floodgates, Fenrir, Unicorn, and Ogre. So when I was activating Unicorn, I was summoning Birth and playing like either Defuse or like Necro Valley or something like that. So I kind of had faith in the deck. I love control decks and stun decks. So as soon as it came out for Premiere, I made sure I got most of the cards for this opening week.
Nice, man. Any shots before we begin?
I'd like to shout out to everybody back at Alien Games, at Dragon Slayer back in Tulsa, Oklahoma. To my friends that came up here at OKC with DZ, Denny and them. Shout out to Lee, Sam, Luke, all the boys in the Discord, Troy out there in California, and anybody else that I didn't name. I got love for you.
Sweet. But without further ado, please show us the goo.
Gotcha. So today is going to be Kashtira. I played 3 Unicorn. It got a lot better after this release. It came out, so I can search Cathosis, which is like an e-tele for the deck.
Yeah.
I played 3 Fenrir, 3 Rise Heart. So some people play 2, some people play 3. I like to play 3 because if people like to Ibly lock you, or people like to do something, it's great to like summon and try and get the Ibly, get the Lingeriba off the board, because for a card I have in my extra deck. Plus it's a great extender. Okay. I played 2 Scareclaw Kashtira and 1 Tulip Kashtira. Wow. So I played 3. I like the extender. So I played 2 of this because this card actually can out cards that say they can't be targeted, or effects that like big effects that you can't like normally get over. This card plus Fenrir allows you to go ahead on and do that. It actually happened today. I actually played Cosmo round 1, and the big Dark Destroyer said it can't be targeted. So I was like, oh my god, I got to search this guy, and I had to out it that way.
Nice.
So I mained double Lava Golem, double Ash, and 1 Nib. And there's a reason why for the 1 Nib. So I like this because I really play conservatively with this deck. So sometimes when I activate a Big Bang's effect to detach, I very rarely special summon the monster. I always kept Unicorn in my hand because, a lot of times if you're going to out the Arise Heart plus the Shangri-Eras to get either Fenrir or Unicorn, whichever I need, depending on the situation. If you're going to out it, then you're going to out it if I summon another monster. But the thing is, if you break my board, it allows me to keep a starter in my hand so I can play again next turn. Lava Golem is also good in back and forth. And also if I lost a die roll, which I lost a lot of die rolls today, I could break a board, get my zones back, or break a Sword Soul board and then play around it, and their blackout's dead, or whatever it was, and then I don't really have to worry about my normal summon too often in this deck. Okay, so that's for the monsters. Spells, Terraforming, 3 Planet, 3 Papyrus, 1 Thrust, 2 Tactics, double Book of Eclipse, triple Pot of Prosperity, triple Birth. Now on this one, a lot of times some people kind of only play, I've seen people only play 2 Birth. Yeah. This card is insane. So it's another way that you can play through if you get nibbed, or if they give you the Ibly and you want to get rid of Lingeriba so you can play. If you open this, it allows me, and plus the grind game with Birth, you're more likely to win a game with Birth or not. So I'd say this is a 3 of is correct. But
Would you like to explain these ratios though?
Yes. Okay. So these ratios and these ratios, these are for the next 3 right here.
Oh, nice.
So the cross out designator. I'm at 42 cards. I was struggling with what I wanted to run and what I didn't want to run. So I ran 2 Book of Eclipse because 1, it's actually just a good card. 2, if they Book Eclipse me, I can designator it. The tactics. Actually, I could only get a hold of 1 tactics. That's really, if I actually had a chance to get another one, I probably would play 2. I only pulled 1. and I spent way too much money on the Kashtira cards. So I pulled it and I took it and I was like, fine, I'm gonna do this right here. But the cross-out designator actually is what helped me win games a lot. I cross-outed a nib, I cross-outed a imperm, a evenly match. A lot of times, if I know I'm going first, I will actually side one evenly match into my main deck, knowing that I'm going first. So if I want to play and spread the board out, because I have cross-out designator and not going to nib me, if I end up setting this and I survive the nib, I don't get nibbed. If they enter battle, which just ended up happening, he entered battle, activated evenly match, and I just banished the one evenly match that I kept in my hand, that I kept in my deck.
Let's go.
So this is great against the Ash, the nib that I kept in the main deck. Also the mirror match, I played a lot of mirror match. It's also great if you have weird boards with birth and poppy ass. You can actually, you know, banish a Finver or banish a unicorn. Then you can birth it back, and then you can play with the YESSSS if you have that. But crossout was actually great. I loved it, and it actually helped with like staying power and making sure that like my board stuck. So I love this deck, but admittingly, it's really easy to break this board with like a nib or a Book of Eclipse or like a tactics, because people try to tactics take and you can cross out the tactics. So I literally, since I'm playing these cards and since I'm playing mostly the mirror match, this was good to make sure that I just don't get like sacked by one of the very cards that I play myself. Or if it's in a mirror match, I just make sure that they have, you know, I mitigate how big their board can be built. So that's the crossout was great today. And then traps was one big bang, 3 imperm. Ignore the different rarities. Imperm was great. Imperm is the greatest hand trap out there. You don't get tactics challenge. You don't get thrusted with this. It's kind of like the safest one. And then Big Bang, this is normally the one that you're going to banish with the Rise Heart and detach one. And choose a special summon if you want to.
Okay, and you said 42 cards.
42 cards, yes sir. And so my extra deck, I kind of Kashtira proofed it. So it's double nib, double Rise Heart, double Shangri-Era, double Big Eye, 1 Diablosis, 1 of these for time, 1 Dark Arm Dragon for Annihilation. This card actually won me so many games today. This card's broken. And then you got the Salamander Almirage, 2 Link Rebos, and 1 Donner for hire. So this is what helps me get out of Ibly locks. Actually, in one of my last games, I got Ibly locked and I went for Donner. I actually was able to pop that and the Link Rebo, then I was able to play. More on this one, nobody knows that its effect is not 1 per turn. So I would literally detach one, pop a card. Then it also is great because it's destroy a card and then you ban it and then banish a card. So you can detach, and I would banish like a unicorn or banish a Finver the first time, and then I would detach again, and then the Papyrus at YESSSS that was in my graveyard, I would banish the YESSSS the second time around, and then I would get back the Finver or the unicorn or whatever I needed that was in my banish pile. And every single time I activated a second, someone picked it up, read it, and was like, yeah, it's not once per time. And then side deck, 1 Change of Heart, 3 Evenly Match, 3 Anti-Spell, 1 Appointer of the Red Lotus, Triple Solemn. Again, this card is just because I know that I can get cut by like either Evenly Matched or Book of Eclipse, and so it's one of those things that, you know, I can stop it. And then if those cards don't come down, well, you know, I have one of the best counter traps in the game to negate something else that's important. I played the rest of the nibs in the package for going second, and this one's weird. I played 2 Ibly. I could not get a third one. So a lot of the things that I'm running, I just couldn't get a third one because nobody had one. And then this is just finishing out because I played 1 in the main for crossout target.
Okay. Well, hey man, I'm glad it worked out. Still top 4. That's what's up.
Thank you very much, sir.
Hey, yep. So thank you for the top 4 deck profile, man.
Thank you.
Until next time, everyone. Bortle out.